Hey everyone, Paul at ISM. Welcome to another inbox review. So today we're going to be reviewing the brand new 135th Hobbyboss Porsche Tourer King Tiger with Zimmerit. Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today, like I said, we're on an inbox review. This was kindly sent us by Ed at premiumhobbies.co.uk. And it's the brand new Hobbyboss Porsche Tourer King Tiger with Zimmerit. Now, I've had a quick look through the box and it looks really good for the price it's going for, which is around the £30 mark. There's a lot in the box. You get the Zimmerit, you get photo etch, so on and so forth. It does look to be the complete package. Obviously, we're going to have a closer look through each sprue as we go in a minute. Head over to premiumhobbies.co.uk. Ed's also a stockist of Ultimate Modern products as well. And hopefully we'll be seeing a few more reviews of him through us in the future. And we thought we'd kick it off with this one. It looks a nice kit, and like I say, head on over to Premium Hobbies, have a look at Ed's site, and support a pretty new business. Ed's not been going for all that long, but he's got a good range of products on his site as well. I can't find this one on there at the minute, so I'm sure he's going to have them in stock soon. But certainly head on over and have a look. So, box art on this looks absolutely brilliant. It's got two King Tigers, one in the background firing. The front one with Commander out the Tourer Coppola at the top as well. And it's nice striking box art. It's a big box. It's not your standard armour size box. So if you have got a nice neat display like I have, it's going to cause a few issues fitting it in there. But for the price this thing is, which is I think it's under £30 where I've looked online, it looks to offer quite a lot for the money. So that's on par with like Tamiya's King Tigers, and you get a lot more in here, and it looks to be pretty good detail as well. So there we go. So let's head on over to the bench and have a good look through this box and see what we get. Okay, so we've had a look at the front of the box. Beautiful box art. On the side of the box we've got some information. We've got a couple of camo schemes. Got the photo etch parts A and B, and the decal sheet as well. Very nice. Bit of information there on the side. Let me zoom out a little bit. And if you want to read that, you can pause it and have a little read. There we go. It's kit number 84530, like we said. And on the other side, we've got 4 more camo schemes. The more typical King Tiger camo scheme. And the Zimmerit sheet is shown there as well. So very, very nice. So we'll pop that on the floor out of the way. Have a look at the sprues and see what we've got in here. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15 sprues. The upper hull, the turret, the lower hull, ancillaries, so the MG parts, MG34 and its mount, etc. What else have we got in there? We've got the coaxial machine gun mount, more MG34s, got the mantlet. So there's about 20 sprues in total. So not too bad at all. And obviously we've got the photo etch as well. So I'm going to pick all this out and put it to one side. And then we'll start hitting up the sprues as we go. So I'm just going to make a mountain of sprues one side. Like I say, we're not going to dwell on every single sprue and sit here all day long. I'm just going to quickly scan through them. There's a Zimmerit sheet as well, which is very nice. We'll have a closer look at that in a bit. Instructions, and what looks to be a colour call-out sheet, very nice, and our decals. So you can go over there, and I'm going to put the empty box, which is separated for the upper and lower hull sections and some of the smaller parts, the turret, etc., the photo etch. That's a nice little touch as well. Always good to see. And we're going to pop them on the floor. Right, so we'll start with some of the sprues. So some of these are identical, so they're not all going to be exactly the same. Sorry, I'm not going to have to look at each one. So there's 2 of these, so we can just look at one, which is always good. So here we've got drive sprockets. We got parts of suspension, the exhaust, the towing hook, shackles, tie downs for tools, etc. What I'll bring is in a little bit. Have a little look, there we go. As you can see, nicely crispy moulded. There's no signs of flash anywhere. It all looks good, nice and clean. There's a nice bit of cast texture on the drive sprockets themselves in the centre, which I'll try and bring up for you to see. You see it in the centre section. Nice bit of cast texture there. All the parts are well moulded, even down to the smaller parts, and they look good, really good. The exhaust got a nice bit of cast texture on there too. Hopefully that's showing. And that's a nice touch. It's got hollow out ends on the exhaust as well. You can always get a pin vise in there and hollow them out a little bit more should you wish. But yeah, nice touch with the cast texture. And like I say, it looks pretty well moulded. Everything's there. There's no flash at all. It's all nice and crisp. And very, very nice indeed. So there's one sprue. We've got another one, which has got road wheels on. Again, it's identical sprue, so we'll just grab one. So there's two of these. On here we've got torsion bars, are they? I think they look like torsion bars. Yes, they are. Well, this has got full torsion bar suspension. It may have. It may well have. Let me zoom out a tad. There we go. So we've got road wheels. Very nice. They've got nice detail on there. Raised and recessed. We've got torsion bars. We've got the centre caps. We've got handles. We've got the torsion bar. Suspension legs themselves. And again, tone shackles, really nice, no problems there at all I can see. Crisply moulded, nice and clean, no flash. We got seam, yeah, there are seams to remove, but that's par for the course. And it's nice, the detail is a little bit soft in areas, it could be a little bit crisper, but for the price of this kit, I think it's more than acceptable. The sprue gates aren't huge. They're going to take minimal cleanup. And what I like to see on parts like this, which is all the covers for, I'm guessing, it's on the upper hull it'll be, won't it? Yeah, or the turret. Where it sits flush, the sprue point is actually underneath, so you can cut it flush with your cutters rather than have to sand the edge, and that's a nice touch. Very cool, got the spare track link holders there. And again, very, very nice, no problems there at all. It's very cleanly moulded. Like I say, some of the detail, like the rivet heads, ball heads, they're just a little bit soft in places. Not as well defined as I would have liked, but all in all, looks very, very good. We've got the tracks there, we'll save those till last. We've got another couple of identical sprues, and they look to be exactly the same as the last two. With sprue A. Let's have a looky see. Yeah, so we've got 4 sprue A's, so I think they're exactly the same as those that we just looked at. Alright, what do we got here? We've got engine cover, side skirts, wheel arches, tools, etc, etc. And again, very nice. The tools are pretty good. They're actually very crisply moulded. Full range there. Yeah, they're really good. Quite impressed by those. Got the headlight cover. And the side skirts look well. They're actually pretty thin as well, so if you fancy damaging them up, although if I remember right, my memory might be a little bit hazy, but I'm sure on the King Tiger the side skirts were actually armour, as opposed to like on a Tiger 1 where it was just a side skirt for protection from mud, etc. So I'm pretty sure they'd be pretty tough anyway in the field. I might be hazy on that one, but I'm sure they were actual armour. The rear engine deck looks good. Again, it's got that lovely cast texture to it we saw on the other parts. And again, really nice. Quite impressed by that. It's nicely well defined detail, raised and recessed, as well as the engine fan covers. Very nice. Again, the bolt head detail is actually a bit more defined on this. Yeah, it's a bit crisper on this part, which is a bit better. And yeah, very nice. No problems at all there. Like I say, I'm no armour expert. I haven't modelled armour in a long time. So a lot of this is hazy, and I didn't know a lot to begin with in the first place, to be honest. So very nice sprue again. Like I say, I think for the price, this kit offers quite a bit. Right, what have we got here? We've got parts of the gun components by the look of it. We've got a very nice slide moulded barrel. There we go, absolutely superb. So one-piece slide moulded barrel. Seam right across the middle, several sprue located parts to points to clean up, but not the end of the world. The muzzle will be knocking around somewhere. Is it on this sprue? Don't think it is, must be elsewhere. And again, lots of little parts. Again, a little bit softer, the details on this sprue. You can just see where a little bit of it is lost. There's a few little wisps of flash here and there, but nothing really all that bad. But it looks like we've got some of the working gun mechanism inside as well. The coaxial machine gun mount. Is that two of those we had then? Did I see the one before? Could have sworn it did. Engine hatch, and again, very nice. The wooden blocks there as well, the wooden jack block. And again, that's got really nice wooden texture in it as well. Very cool. And yeah, lots of little parts on there. I'm not even going to pretend to know what most of them are. We've got the jack. Yeah, really nice, very crisp. Like I say, just some of the raised details a little bit soft in places, but it's nothing all that bad. I've seen a lot worse before. So again, very nice. Right, now in here we have various parts and a little bit of foam. What is that protecting? Let's have a little look. That's it come. Protecting lots of little parts. Tow cables, track cables, transmission covers, I think, exhaust covers. And again, no problem, the tow cables and track cables actually look pretty good. Got a nice bit of surface detail on them. I'll bring it off here to have a look, you should be able to see it. So it does have some nice detail on it. Once you paint them up, give them a dry brush, you can put a wash on them. They're going to look good. As to, is that one? There's no problem there at all. Again, we've got that nice cast texture on the exhaust covers, transmission covers. Again, details a little bit soft. By soft, if I bring it up here to have a look, keep you in shot, you just see the bolt detail around the edge. Hopefully it's focused on that, not the bench. As you see, the bolt detail and it just looks a little bit soft to me. But it's still there, it's still good. Got a turret ring, the Coppola ring there as well for the MG. Nicely moulded. And like I say, any wisps of flash are actually on the sprue and not the part. So it's not that bad actually. And again, very nice, no problem at all. The tools, there's more tools on there. They've got pry bar and what have you. And again, very good. Very, very nice. Except the price of this kit, it does offer quite a lot. Right, we've got the lower section of the turret. We've got another slide molded gun barrel. Okay, so obviously, let's see what's on here. There's the muzzle brake there as well. And again, spot on. Cast texture again on everything, the mantlet. We've got escape hatches, we've got hatches. They're grill mounts, aren't they? Yeah, they are, they're nice. Again, lots of cleanup though on these sprue parts. It's, yeah, there's a lot of them there, but I guess if it ensures a nice crisp moulding, then, well, that's just part of the process, unfortunately. But it's nice, the cast texture, I'm quite impressed by that. Like I say, I'm no expert, but it looks good, really good. Once you get some wash in there and a bit of, you know, weathering, it's going to really accentuate it and bring it out really well. Slide molded barrel, like I say, is a nice touch. Well, you know, gluing 2 halves of barrel is not the end of the world, but it's always nice to get slide molded because it saves that little bit of work. And again, very, very nice. So there's all the main sprues, bar the tracks, and then we've got smaller sprues and the upper lower hull turret, etc. And clear part, which I'll put over there. So we'll grab one of the sprues of tracks. So there are 5 of these in total. King Tiger tracks, and again, nice, really crisply moulded. Details very good. I'm taking it that if you glue these carefully, they may even work. Can't quite tell if you could or not. Let me just have a quick look. They connect on there. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if these designers working. I've not really looked into the kit, to be honest. I'm sure the instructions will tell us in a bit. but the way they clip together, one half to the other, it's got the locator point and it's got the point, the hinge point on there as well, and then the point that holds it. I'm not sure if you could glue that on carefully and they still work, but they're nicely crispy moulded. Clean up shouldn't be too bad. The sprue points are not in too bad a position. Pretty quick clean up. That looks good. Really good. Not a fan of individual link tracks. They're a bit of a pain to do. I'd normally rather go for frills, but for kit tracks they're not too bad. 5 sprues to keep you busy. That's a fun evening's work right there. And we'll have a look at the instructions in a bit on the actual building of those and see what it actually says and suggests. Right, so we've got the upper hull, which shows the true size of this thing. They are a fairly big tank, the KTs. Again, it's got that really nice cast texture all over it. Now, you're going to lose that with the Zimmerit, obviously, but it is there underneath, and assume there's other variants, or there will be, of this kit in the non-Zim versions, and it's nice. The detail is pretty good. Recessed and raised. It's pretty sharp. It's not too bad at all. It actually looks good. I'll bring it up for you to have a little look. Hopefully you'll see that cast texture. And it's really nice. Not too bad at all. Really good. Yes, that's very nice. Very clean. We've got the lower part of the hull. Again, there's not going to be a lot to write home on this. The lower parts are often pretty boring. But we'll have a little look. There is some detail underneath, which is good. You don't always get that. So, we've got detail underneath. Again, it's got that cast texture all underneath. Which is pretty cool. We've got various access points. Again, around the transmission part, it's all cast. You've got all the different locators and holes and what have you for the suspension. And no issues there at all. It's clean, crisp, and that working, I'm going to guess that torsion bar suspension does work, which is pretty good. And if it does work, like that moves the track smooth. And again, no bother, they're all very cleanly moulded, no flash, no problems whatsoever. Very, very nice. Yeah, really like that. That's very, very cool. The turret, upper turret surface, we've just seen a lower one on that sprue. So I'll have a look at this. Again, nice cast texture, randomly patterned as well. You can see, nicely randomly patterned. Obviously you're going to cover it up with the Zimmerit. I assume getting the Zimmerit around this is going to be pretty fun. It's going to take some gluing and clamping to get it on there. But again, yeah, surface detail is good. Cast textures everywhere, so if you're doing the non-Zim version, it's going to be pretty clean. And yeah, no bother at all. Really nice. The Porsche turret for me is the better looking. I do like the Henschel, but I think the Porsche is the better looking tank, in my own opinion, and that is very nice. Whether it's accurate, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks good. Looks very good. Right, well, look at the Zimmerit in a minute. We'll just get through some of these smaller sprues. So we've got the clear parts. I'm not going to bother getting this out. We've got the periscopes, headlight cover, etc. So there's several of those in there. They look good. They're clear plastic. There's not much to really look at, if I'm honest. We've got MG34s. There's 2 of them there. So we'll have a look at one. Look at the MG34. We've got its mount, etc, etc. Not the best, in all honesty, but you're probably only going to see the muzzle of it anyway. I've seen better, I've seen worse. Detail's very soft in places. I was always quite a big fan of replacing these with brass ones or resin, but like I say, you're literally probably going to see the first centimetre of the barrel, if that, unless you're that bothered on the interior. But yeah, not too bad. I've seen worse, but obviously seen better as well. Now we've got the Commander's Coppola mounted anti-aircraft gun MG34, which is actually broken. Oh, look at that, it's broken. Oh dear. So that's going to need a bit of careful gluing back on. Yeah, that's broken in the bag, in the box, which is a real shame. It's obviously been done when it was packed, but putting it back together, it lines up absolutely perfect. So I think a little bit of Tamiya extra thin, keep it on the sprues, keep it clamped, and it'll be no bother at all. Now this one's a little bit better than the coaxial ones. A bit more detail on there. The wooden stock, it's got the bud pad indentations for grip, pistol grips there, 4 sides there. That's not bad at all really. For a kit part, not bad at all. We've got the mount and some other bits and bobs. There's a big sprue just for that. Shame it's broken, but a little bit of careful gluing and you wouldn't even know that. I can literally feel it click into place and there'll be no bother there at all. It's a shame, but it will happen from time to time. It's obviously happened when it's been packed. Right, we've got a Zimmerited, there we go, that's what I saw too. What I did. We've got the Zimmerited MG cover, which is the first bit of Zim we're going to look at on this kit. We've got the Zimmerited Coppola there as well. There we go, so this is our first bit of Zimmerit. It's randomly patterned, which is good. That's pretty good, to be honest. I quite like that. I'll look at the proper sheet in a bit, but that's a nice pattern. Like I say, it was done by hand, so it would be random. That's very cool. Very cool, very nice. And then we've got the Zimmerited other part as well. So the Coppola, not the Coppola. We've got a little bit of flash on the end there. Clean that off. The mantlets we've got. So again, Zimmerited up. It's not as pronounced as the piece we just looked at last, but it is there. And then we've got some covers and hatch as well. And again, randomly patterned. Quite nicely done in my opinion. I quite like that. I think it's pretty good. Very nice. And that's all the sprues gone through. Right, so we'll pop that over there. And we'll have a little look at the Zimmerit, then we'll look at the photo etch as well. Nice to get photo etch in a kit. You don't often get it with some of the cheaper kits. Tamiya doesn't seem to like including it with any of the kits. Wow, that's ultra thin plastic. So this is, I think it is actually styrene. It's ultra thin. You can see how flexible it is, which is good. So they're the turret parts by the look of it. Again, I'll just pick one of these, a side part, randomly patterned, nicely pronounced. Hopefully all the part, like the track mounts and etc. are all in the right place when you glue it on. I think it's going to be a case of testing to make sure everything's in the right place before you commit to gluing. But that's very nice. Really got to do like the randomness of the pattern. It's not as random as the other parts were though, I will give it. It's a bit more uniform on these. Would have liked to see the randomness that we saw before. But they are staggered, they're not perfect, it's not like it's a checkerboard sheet of it. That's good. And then we've got the side part as well. Ultra thin stuff, really is ultra thin. You really have to be careful gluing that you don't melt it. And again, nicely done. Nicely pronounced. It's going to hold a wash well, which is good. Yeah, I really would like to see that randomness that was on the MG cover. I think that would have been a lot nicer, but at least this is staggered, it's not all uniform. But I think that randomness would have added a nice touch to it all. But I guess when you're producing a sheet like this, I don't know, that'll be hard to do or what, but that's really good. Really cool, I like that. So yeah, I thought the Zimmerit was going to be a lot thicker than that. And I thought it was going to be a bit troublesome, but that's really good. And it's not the stick-on stuff that Tamiya does. Which is self-adhesive, but you still have to stick it on. So that's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Very, very nice. So yeah, quite impressed with that, how thin that is. That is very cool. We'll pop that back in its bag. Ooh, there we go. See if we can get it in one go. It's going to fight me, and if it fights me, it can wait till later. And you can wait till later. See you in a bit. Right, so photo etch. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to have a look at this. There we go. We're not going to take it out of the bag, it's not worth it. We've got the rear engine covers, which is done in mesh, which is really nice. It's not all that thick, it's nice and thin. Detail is lovely, really nice detail on that mesh. Very, very nice. And then The other grills on the back. Again, really good. Very, very cool. We've got other various parts on there as well. Really nice. Some very delicate PE in there. Very nice. Nice to get the 2 frets free. Not free. With the kit, you are paying for it. But it's very, very nice PE and a nice touch to get. Better than the stupid mesh that Tamiya likes to give you. And this is probably about the same as a Tamiya King Tiger in price range. So it shows you how far things have come. Right, let's have a look at the decals and then we can go through the instructions and have a little looky see. We will open these because I need to look at these to see the quality. So Hobbyboss decals. I think back, I have used them before. I remember right, they were pretty trouble free. They look okay. Yeah, they're pretty thin. They're in register. Colours, alright, it's not the most vivid. Yeah, they don't look bad. I've seen a lot worse decals, but they're there. There's a good choice of numbers for various tanks and what have you. So, you know, you've got a good choice. So if you've got 1, 2, 3, yeah, you got 3 variants, which is cool. And yeah, they don't look bad. They're not the greatest, but they look alright. They're very sticky off the actual backing paper. So now you don't get stuck to that at all. And there we are. Right, I'm going to make a little bit of room and then we'll have a little looky see at the instructions. I need to zoom out to have a look. So your typical A4 sheet. Ooh, have a look at those first as well. So colour callouts. So we've got a nice green and Dunkelgelb colour. We've got colour callouts for Mr. Hobby, Vallejo, Model Master, Tamiya's there, but not showing for some of them, and Humbrol. So it's calling for steel, wood brown, burnt iron, sandy yellow, and dark green. All the Mr. Hobbies are listed. The others are missing some. Yeah, so that's that. On the other side, we've got same kind of camo, just a different pattern. Good to get the colour call out. I always think these are handy. They're a good reference. And then we've got what is my favourite kind of camo, the tricolour scheme. Very, very nice. Again, all the Mr. Hobby colours are listed. The others are missing a few here and there. So definitely cover for Mr. Hobby. That's a very nice camo pattern. I do like that one. Really good. And that one, I don't like that one as much. I've done that pattern before and it is a bit crazy. But you've got 4 different variants there to do, and if I was to pick, it'd be that one. That is my favourite scheme in the KTs. And that's very nice. Like I say, nice to get a colour call out. It does add to the kit and it adds to helping you pick colours that you want to do or schemes. Now, on the front of the instruction, we've got the box art, which is pretty cool. We've got the legends, what everything means. Method to apply decals, which is always handy. And please read before operation. If you want to read it, I'll bring it up. I ain't reading it. So there's a read before operation. You want to pause it and have a read, you can. There's all the legends. Again, if you want to pause and have a read, you can. And if you don't have to apply decals, you want to pause it. There you go. It's a translation, and you go cover the decal from the decal paper in the warm water. Translation is pretty good, to be fair. Inside, first page, we've got the sprues themselves and applying the Zimmerit as well. I don't know if that's done in a specific order. Right, so you can do, I'm assuming, let me have a look. Don't know if you can do it with or without on this kit, I'm not sure. Anyway, right, we move on. Lower hull torsion bars, they're all in. Again, 10 each side, so that is going to work. So you've got working suspension, which is pretty cool, just like the real thing. Assembly on the rear deck. Getting the exhaust on, the covers, some of the tool placements. We're then on to the tracks, although I haven't seen any track assembly yet. Whether that's just for example or I've skipped a page. I skipped a page! Don't do that because you ruin your model. Right, so you've got road wheels, they're all on there. Corolla on the KT, so it's going to keep you busy for a while sanding. And then we've got the track assembly there. Now, there's no mention of them working, but I think with some careful gluing that that's possible. But you'd only know by assembling, but they're there, and again, that's going to keep you busy for quite some time. So prepare a nice evening to do that. So again, we're back on the page we were before. Tracks are on, which I've never put on at that stage anyway. We've got the upper hull, it's saying to make holes for, let's have a look, Zimmerit. I'm assuming non-Zimmerit. Yep, so you got the option of Zim or not. And obviously it's giving you the legend for if you need to add it there and then. It should be pretty straightforward, that shouldn't be any problem. There's where the MG's going in, assembling the subsection to go in. Then got the rear engine deck, which is pretty good again. Tool placement, turret ring, tow cable, track cable, etc, etc. Instructions are good, they're clear, they're concise, as long as it's not like Dragon where it's like put that part on there, oh by the way you didn't need that part, take it off. So they're pretty good, they're nice and clear, they're well printed. Yeah, there's no real way you can go wrong putting the part on. If something needs cutting, filing or drilling, it's telling you in its own little legend. It's got cutaways to show the direction certain parts go, which is always good. And yeah, I think, yeah, they're good instructions. Not too bad at all. You've got the P being used in places as well. The grills, tool clamps, so on and so forth. And yeah, they are quite like these instructions, are pretty good. You've got making the upper and lower hull surfaces together. Mud guards, so on and so forth. Coppola with all the vision ports. Yeah, options. So yeah, it's given the option with or without Zim, which we did think. Assembling the coaxial machine gun, assembling the muzzle brake, the actual gun. Not the full mechanism like getting some of the Dragon kits, but part of it is there. There's some interior parts on the turret as well. Like I said, the instructions are pretty nice. The pages do stick together. It's ultra thin. I'll probably skip some as well without even realising. But the pages do stick together quite well. So we've got the gun mechanism going together there. Meeting up to the lower part of the turret first. And then putting the upper surface on the top. Track mount, spur track, so on and so forth. Pretty straightforward. Again, assembling your track sections for the spare tracks. Type 2 turret assembly. Hang on, Type 2 turret for assembly. Not to ensure the details and the differences there. I'm sure one of the experts out there will tell me. But there's two different turret assemblies there for some reason. I'm assuming different guns. And that's pretty much it. We're down to the back. And down to the back end, popping your turret on. And there's one assembled King Tiger. So there we go. Like I said from the beginning, for the price range, there's a lot in that box. You get the Zimmerit sheet, which I didn't expect to be so thin. I thought it was going to be a lot thicker than that. So that's a good bonus as well. Careful positioning gluing. Double check before you commit to glue. And don't put a lot of glue on. I think if you put a lot on there, you stand the risk of melting that because it is nice and thin. 2 photo edge frets, you know, which you don't get with the Tamiya kits, which is crazy. I don't know why. They give you a little black mesh to cut out. So that's a nice touch as well as your tool clamp in there, etc., which is pretty cool as well. Nice cast texture everywhere. The Zimmerit texture was very good as well. And to me, it just looks like great all-round kits. Individual link tracks, whilst they're fiddly, they do look good. Whether you can get them completely work, and I don't know, but I'll be certainly interested to see. And with the Torsion Bar Suspension, which is going to work, I'd expect. So it's a nice touch for sure. So, like I say, for the money, I think Hobbyboss has done a good job there. Like I say, I'm no expert on armour at all, so if I've got some things wrong, you'll have to bear with me. I'm here to review the kit, not to speculate on how accurate it is as a King Tiger. So if I've got a few things wrong, well, shoot me. And that's it, really. So very impressed with that. I'd like to say thanks to Ed for supplying the review copy. Whilst I said I won't build any armour anymore, don't know. We'll see. I've always had a bit of a thing for the King Tiger. I've always liked it. If you remember about years back, I built one full of every added extra I could, and it killed me building it. And yeah, so I think it's a sit in the stash, and we'll see. You never know. You might see this down the line. I'm not saying I will, but you never know, that's for sure. So thanks for Ed for supplying the review sample. Head on over to premiumhobbies.co.uk, have a look at Ed's site and support a pretty new business and a really nice guy as well. There's links to his site on the forum. Go on over to the forum. I'll put a link in the description down below, and there'll be a link on the Facebook link as well. So head on over to premiumhobbies.co.uk and have a look. Ed's got a lot of good stuff on that site. Like I said, I couldn't see this kit on there just yet. Hopefully I'll get some stock in future, and you can buy from him direct. There we go. As always, check out the ISM Facebook page and forum. They're both free to sign up to. They're well run. No rivet counters on there. No idiots. Haha, but me. My running joke. They're great sites, big community, and really interesting modelling on there as well. Check out umpretail.com as well, which is mine and Lee's business. .co.uk. Man and Lee's business. Head on over there and have a look at that as well. We've got all sorts on there, from all our products to kits, minions, primer, washes, thinner, cleaner, sanders, you name it, we've got it. Head on over there as well, have a look. We've also got the Live at the Bench page for the Friday night show, which is every Friday night, 7:30 UK, 8:30 Europe, 1:30 Central US. We've got the Modelling Hangout group as well, where you can come join our Off Air Hangouts. And I've got my own Paul-ISM Facebook page where all my modelling gets posted, as well as over on the ISM channel and forum as well. And like I say, check out Ed's premiumhobbies.co.uk. Head on over there. And if you buy anything, say I sent you over. It's always good to see people getting referred from a review. So there we go. Hope I didn't bore you too much today. Hope I didn't get too much wrong. And hope to see you soon for another review. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.